Let's do this damn thing. Surprise, bitches. I got blue hair now. I don't know how I feel yet, but I figure I'll try something different. I just had these colors laying around, but that's not what today's video is about. Today we're going to talk about my top 7. I know, so random. These are going to be the eyeshadow palette recommendations for Valentine's Day that I have in my collection that you could go out to the store, since Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I know. Timing is my strong suit. I wanted to make it so if you wanted to go out and purchase these, you could find them in somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure you can. So I have to go to work in like 30 minutes. So I'm going to hop right to it. I'm going to talk about everything that I love about them, all that sort of stuff. Hello to all my britches in the live chat. Yes, bitch. Thank you, Corinne. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I just tried something different. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. So, oh my God, my alarm's going off. I forgot to turn that off. That was my wake up alarm for work. So my first eyeshadow palette that I would recommend for Valentine's Day, you can go out in store. You can find this at Ulta, I believe Sephora as well. Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy palette. I fucking love this palette. I love that it comes with a brush, even though I have like 1,000 of them at this point. But this is what the color story looks like. To me, this just screams like Valentine's Day to me. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills kills it when it comes to like the neutral, smoky, just sexy looking eyeshadows. I think that they absolutely slay it. The quality of this is amazing. I have this on, it's not everything that's on my eyes right now, but it's like the lid shade that I have, the inner corner that I have, it came from this palette. I've been trying it out. I've been really liking it so far. Is it like my favorite palette that I own? No. But I think that the color story of this, like if you take, I think the blue kind of like throws your eyes off a little bit. But if you were to take that blue out of it, I think it's really nice for if you want like a just sultry, sexy type of look. You can go neutral. You can go like the berry tones. You've got hot pink in there. You just have a lot of variety, I think, with this palette. And I think that Anastasia Beverly Hills kills it, and you're going to see it because I've got 3 other palettes, all from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was the original favorite of mine, the Modern Renaissance. I feel like everybody and their fucking mother loves this palette. This, again, it gives me like Amrezy vibes. This was like the OG original like favorite Anastasia palette, like I said. I just love this type of color story for just Valentine's Day. I like how it's got the berries. Whereas I think the Amrezy better for Valentine's Day now is because you have those pinks in there. And I think that just really just takes it to a different level. Because if you put these palettes next to each other, they do look similar. Like you don't need both by any means. But I do like this one better for Valentine's Day. This is like my current favorite, I would say, for Valentine's this year. Valentine's Day this year. If you were to buy just like a palette, like if you go in store and buy a palette, I believe that all these palettes are available at Ulta and Sephora. I would recommend buying them at Ulta just because I like their point system better. Next palette is going to be Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. I'm telling you, I think Anastasia Beverly Hills just, they murder it when it comes to these just sultry, sexy eyeshadows. I love this one. This gives you the more neutral aspect, whereas the Modern Renaissance is going to give you the more berry tones. And then the Amrezy will give you the more like pink tones, but you still get neutral. Like you don't need all of these neutral palettes. You don't need all of these palettes. So this is going to be number 3. Number 4, this is the last one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Sultry palette. I don't know if you can get this one in store anymore. I just thought of that. I'm like, I feel like it's being discontinued, but I'm not sure. But I still wanted to mention it because it still has, this is the more like cooler neutral tone. So I feel like a lot of people for Valentine's Day, they don't really like to, I don't know. I feel like this is where most people go is going to be the neutrals. I see you guys all come in. Hi, Kara. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Heather. What's up, my bitches? I feel like this, if you like cool tones, this is the one I would recommend. If you like warm tone neutrals, I would recommend Soft Glam. If you like berry tones, I would recommend Modern Renaissance. But if you want the pinky tones, the just fun, vibrant type of vibe, but you have the option to go neutral or you have the option to go pinks, I would say, like, I'm telling you, this is like my current favorite one. So those are all the ones I would recommend from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The only one I'm not sure now that I think about it is the Sultry palette. If you're wondering about the packaging for the Amrezy, it's very, very similar to this as far as like texture goes. It's very glittery, but it's not like a glitter that sheds all over the place. Like I don't have glitter all over my room right now. You know what I mean? So those are all of my favorites from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Let's go into, I love the color story of this, but my only downfall with it is I feel like for the price of it, so many of my eye looks coming out, like they come out looking the exact same. But I love the color story of this. This is the Huda Beauty, the new nude eyeshadow palette. I love the berry tones. Like I said, this is just the vibe that I personally like. And please keep in mind, like you could buy these palettes and not like them at all. Like everybody's preferences are totally different. But I like how it has the pressed glitters. I'm personally a fan of glitter. I know some people aren't, but my favorite thing in these are these like marble looking, like metallics, I guess you would call them. I probably should be swatching some of these, but I didn't. I suck at being a YouTuber. But they just give you a really nice, just look. These are the type of eyeshadows I fucking live for. I love these types. But this is, again, if you like berry tones, this is a more expensive eyeshadow palette. And one of the shades in here, this one right here, is a concealer. I wish that they put an eyeshadow instead of that concealer because I just personally don't like it. But I do really like the color story of it. Like, that's what I'm judging everything by right now is just, is it a color story that I would recommend for Valentine's Day? And this is just, again, it's my vibe. This is what I like. I like berry tones. I like pinky tones. I like neutrals. That's just what I'm into. The next one is going to be, I forgot to mention that you can get that at Sephora if you're looking at the Huda Beauty palette. Next one, Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream. I fucking love this palette. And some people might look at it and be like, that's not Valentine's Day. I think it is. I would totally reach for this for Valentine's Day because it's so just vibrant. I love this shit. The only thing I'll comment on this palette, the only like downfall I would say would be that it does stain your lids. But when you're working with like pressed pigments, that's not anything that's not like, that's normal in my opinion. I feel like that happens all the time. It's just the color story. This is like if you're looking for a loud, fun, just, it's such a fun palette. And I'm telling you, I cannot take out this palette without swatching the shade Blue Diamond. It's so fucking beautiful. I love it so much. It's just like a duochrome iridescent type of shade. It's everything. Absolutely a V&A palette. Only the blues are out of place. I wish that these blues were not in here. I didn't understand why they were. I just feel like I feel like it would have been such a better palette if they weren't in here. But I'm not pissed about it though. Like, I fucking love Lunar Beauty. And I wanted to mention this because it is available in Sephora. But Lunar Beauty's having 50% off site-wide this weekend. If you want a Valentine's Day present, bitch, you guys hear me talk about Lunar Beauty all the time on this channel, and 50% off site-wide. I think the bundles are the only thing that aren't included, but the eyeshadow palettes, the lip glosses, the liquid lipsticks, the highlight or the Moon Prism powders, they're fire. Top-notch quality. I'm having a hard time talking today, but this palette is everything. I love this for Valentine's Day. The last one, this is where I did 7 because at least you get a good amount of options, at least for me, that you can get in store. I don't know how this is working in store because these will be available at Target. And some people might watch this and be like, there are no drugstore options here. I personally have not found really like any really good affordable drugstore options. That's just based on my opinion. I think when you're shopping for makeup, high end is where I always go for high end is where I always go for eyeshadows because I feel like they're so much more consistent. Like when I go to a drugstore and I buy eyeshadows, it's like you might have a couple really good ones in there, but overall, it's just, I would rather take that money and spend it on a high-end eyeshadow palette. I just feel like that's where, like, when I shop at the drugstore, I feel like they kill it with, like, complexion products, whereas with eyeshadow palettes, they really miss the mark for me. But Makeup Geek, I know that they're, like, coming available in Target. I don't know if they're available in all Target. That's why I wanted to give you 7 options instead, because I was going to do top 5 or top 3. But this is why I wanted to mention these because I love the formula of these. This is also what's on my eyes. I have, which one is it? I have both palettes, obviously, but I have, it's going to be these shades right here. Those are what are like in my crease area. These just blend out so fucking effortlessly. I feel like a lot of people were really hating on this rebrand, but because it wasn't anything new. It wasn't anything really exciting. But those people that love Makeup Geek, those are the people that were excited about it because I've always fucking loved their eyeshadow so much. And I don't know, I guess I wasn't expecting really anything new for a rebrand because it's just like the overall just aesthetic of the brand was what was changing. And I love it. I love just the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. The only one that I've come across so far, I haven't used every single shade, but I've done, I think, 4 or 5 looks already. And I switch it up every time. The only one that I'm having an issue with is Wine and Dine. I think I've called it Wine Down before. I'm telling you, I just dropped my palettes all over the place. Hopefully they didn't break. But these ones, I love it. I know you can't get like the full palettes in Target, but you can get little quad palettes. I just wanted to mention these because I love the formula of them. And to me personally, I think they're foiled shadows. These are the showstoppers in this line right now. I love just the foiled shadows. I think they're amazing, and I think they're better than they originally were. If I were to pick any for like Valentine's Day vibes, I would pick, I forget. It's like the pinky one, Starry-Eyed, and then In the Spotlight. Those are my top 3. I'm like totally out of focus right now. But these 3 right here, tell me this just doesn't scream like Valentine's Day, like neutral Valentine's Day. I fucking love it. What are your guys' favorite? I know a lot of people were like, I figured a lot of people might be pissed that I'm not mentioning really any drugstore, and I'm sorry, but I just haven't found any that like knock my socks off. Physicians Formula is great for pink berry palette that performs beautifully. Part of the rose line. See, I don't have that palette. That's why I wanted to do a live chat. So if you guys have any recommendations, I believe, Kara, haven't you done a video using that palette? I thought I saw one. Agree on eyeshadow. Drugstore doesn't have it in the eyeshadow department. See, it's the same experience that I'm having. Janelle says, I love the Makeup Geek rebrand. So do I. I fucking live for it. And I'm going to have more videos on it, but I wanted to mention these just because I know some people might be like, shit, I want to get a new palette for Valentine's Day. Or if you're like, significant other, you want to buy me something for Valentine's Day, put one of these on your list and then maybe you can wear it tomorrow. I just thought it would be fun. It's something quick and easy that I wanted to do today because, like I said, I have to work tomorrow. I will be live again tomorrow, and I'll get to that towards the end. I want to hit some of these comments before I leave. Oh, let's see. Oh, Kara and Heather talked about the Physicians Formula palette. Yeah, I haven't bought in that one. And I think that palette's like almost $20. So that's where I'm like, I don't know. I just have a hard time spending that kind of money for like a drugstore option that, I don't know. It's just because drugstore is so inconsistent for me. So that's where I'd rather take that money and spend it on a more high-end palette, you know? I am breaking my no buy just to get close to me. Just to get close to Makeup Geek palettes. They're doing the, I wish that they did the custom 4-pan palettes on the website. I hope they change that because right now they have it where you can do a custom 9-pan. I wish that they would do the 4-pan because there's 4 shadows. I didn't realize this until I was listening to Marlena's live stream. There's 4 eyeshadows that are included in these that are in the line. I think there's 56 shades total. I could be wrong, but I didn't know that because I'm thinking that I have every single shade and I don't. There's 4 of them that I don't have, or I wish that there was just an option, like give us an option to buy just those 4 shades. And I don't think there is. Like I know there's a black shade and then 3 other shades. I can't remember. I think there's 2 foiled shades and 2 matte shades that aren't included in like the matrix system. Valerie says Modern Renaissance. I talked about that one earlier. Highly recommend that one. ColourPop's Strawberry Shake Palette. See, I don't really buy ColourPop palettes. Again, that's another brand that's very inconsistent for me, but I could see where that color story would totally be like Valentine's Day vibes. Yeah, if you're wondering about that Physicians Formula, I've seen that one in, I think, Walgreens. Go check out Kara's video. She did I think she did more than just the palette, if I'm remembering correctly. Heather says, I bought myself some new Lunar Beauty today. Did the sale start? I hope you didn't buy it yet. The sale starts, I think, did it start today or tomorrow? I can't remember. It's on my Twitter, I think. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what you think of it. Oh, I love it so much. I'm also happy with the Natasha Denona Love palette and Hannah's palette with Midas. I didn't mention Hannah's just because I know you can't get it, and it's getting even further pushed back. If you've ordered the Midas and Smoky Glow palette, make sure you guys check your emails because I did receive an email, I think it was yesterday, that the pre-orders are being pushed back a little bit more because of the coronavirus. So I did want to mention that about that palette, but that is why that is not featured. But if you were wondering about like my thoughts on it, I'm still using it. I still don't have like a concrete like review on it, but I've done 2 different looks with this. This is another one. It's like, it's very Valentine's Day appropriate. It's just, I knew you couldn't get it, but I will have a video like full blown review. My first impression on it is I really do like it. Is it my favorite palette that I own? No, it's not, but it's a nice palette. And I think the price point on it is really nice as well. Gianna says the Naked Cherry palette. That's another one that I don't have. I can't wait to see Makeup Geek do more shimmers and duochromes. I think I only owned like 1 duochrome. I would love to see them do multi-chromes. Like, you guys know I'm obsessed with multi-chromes. Just give me them all. Oh my God, I can't freaking wait for more multi-chromes. Christian Dominique makes good shadows. I think I got one in Boxycharm. It was good. I don't wear eyeshadow much though. I got the, what was it? The Celestial Thunder palette. Let me see. This one doesn't scream like Valentine's Day for me, but I did really like the formula of it. This is like a mini size of her. She has a bigger palette that's very similar to this, but this is the one that I got in Boxycharm. I like it, but I don't love it. Like, if I were to pick formula-wise for my favorite eyeshadows, I would say like top 3, Lunar Beauty, Makeup Geek, maybe Jeffree Star, but I only have the Jawbreaker palette, the Blue Blood, but I don't reach for them that often. I also have the Beauty Killer, but I feel like his brand is pretty inconsistent right now. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I'm not purchasing. But I would say like Strawberry Dream, it's right in front of me. Lunar Beauty and Makeup Geek are like my top 2. I mean, you guys saw 4 palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They're not like my all-time favorite formula, but I feel like they're pretty consistent with producing good palettes, at least the palettes that are shaped like this size. I haven't tried the Norvina line at all, but I haven't heard really much bad about those palettes either. Let me scroll up a little bit. I'm trying to see if anybody else has any other eyeshadow palette recommendations. What's my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette? Lunar Beauty Moonspell, but not for Valentine's Day. I like that palette the most because, hold on, let me reach for it. I like this because I have green eyes, and these, I mean, this could be, let me not blind you guys. This could be considered a Valentine's Day, but I wouldn't wear purples on Valentine's Day. I would go more neutral or pink or red, but I don't really have any reds. I feel like the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star would be another really good one, but I don't own that one. But this is my favorite palette because of my eye color. This just, it complements my eyes. It makes my eyes pop. Like every time I use this, I just have a really good eyeshadow day. This would be my #1 palette in my collection if I were to pick one. But if I were to be able to customize a palette, it would be Makeup Geek because I'm really, really loving the formula of those. Like I said, I've only had a bad experience with one of the eyeshadows, and for how many that I've used and only having a bad issue with one of them, that's good for me. I love your lip color today. Thanks, girl. I'll be talking about the lip color in tomorrow's live stream. I'll be live tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's going to be a collaboration. It's not like a joint collab. She's posting her video at 3 o'clock. It's with Heather Austin here on YouTube. She was in the comment section earlier, so make sure you guys check out her channel at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We're doing our newest Sephora haul, and I'll be mentioning this lip color in that video. Valerie says, his color stories confuse me. They can be very confusing. Like, they're like the type of palettes that I'm like, okay, I love it, but it could be even better. That's how I always feel about the Lunar Beauty palettes, is some of the shades I'm just like with this one, for example, I don't understand why he put these blues in here because I feel like they're so similar to what was in the Life's a Drag palette. So that's where I'm like, this is so good, but it could have been even better than it is. Same with Moonspell. Like, it was so good, but I still feel like it could have been even better. Let me see which one, because I know there were shades that I would take out of this. I feel like I wouldn't change anything about this. If you didn't have green eyes and you didn't really know what, let me look at it this way. I have green eyes. If I didn't understand what shades like best fit my eyes, I would look at this and be like, what the fuck? But since I know like purples and greens and just like taupey shades, they really bring out my eyes. As soon as I saw this, I'm just like, take my money. That's how I feel like this one made total sense. But the what is it? The Strawberry Dream palette. That's where I was like, but why are those blues in there though? Let's see. Oh, you meant the Jeffree Star color story. Yeah, what did you guys think about the new purple palette? I feel like that could have been maybe a Valentine's Day palette, but then again, I'm just like, I look at it, I'm like, that could have been so much better. Let's see. If you guys have any more, I'll do this for another 5 minutes because I got to get ready. Jeffree Star's aesthetic works for him perfectly, but his eyeshadows are just way too extra for me. Takes too much effort trying to come up with a look that will work for me. I actually feel the same way. Like when I look at the palettes, like I like being able to look at a palette or look at a color story and be like, okay, this is the look that I want to make. I feel that same way with his. Like I'll look at a palette and be like, I have to like brainstorm what I'm going to be doing. But I do like the experience that I've had with his formulas, though, I do like the formula. I like Manny's. Same, girl, same. Current favorite or current perfume favorite? I would say, I talked about it in my current favorites video. It's Aqua de Joya, I think, and Victoria's Secret, very sexy, and I mix them. I talk more in depth on that in that video, though. Are you getting the new Jeffree Star palette? No, I'm actually not purchasing from Jeffree Star right now. But even if I was, I think, like, this is my thought behind it. I look at the packaging, I'm like, okay, it's fucking beautiful, but it's going to be a bitch to store. Like, I already have a hard enough time storing my eyeshadow palettes. I don't need another, like, funky shaped one. And then I don't like how there's so much, like, extra space in it. That's why I love just... like, I love the structure of this. I love the structure of the Metropolis palette. I just love having really, like this, I understand why there's the space around it because you cannot get these out if there's no space around it. With the Metropolis, like, I fucking love that color story. I love the structure of it. I love all of that because there's no, like, extra wasted packaging. Even the Amrezy palette, where'd it go? Because I just dropped it. Oh, I'm going to be so mad. Oh, man. One of them broke, but it's okay. I love how there's like, I mean, there's space, but there's not like a ton of extra space. Whereas with the Jeffree Star one, I'm like, there's so much extra space. It's so extra. And just the overall, like when I look at it, I'm like, it could have been better. I wish it was set up more of like, there was one, I think an account on Twitter or Instagram. They did like, if they were to design that palette, you know what I mean? I don't know. It has like too many pastels in it for me. And it's just, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I wish it was different, but I guess he's going to be having another one come out that's like a grungier and deeper color story than that. Whereas I feel like that's the Alien palettes. I don't know. The marketing of it all. The packaging alone made me buy Moonspell. That was definitely a main reason why I bought it. I saw the packaging. I'm like, fuck me up. I love it. Then I saw the inside of it. I'm just like, take all my money because I love the color story about it. I'm curious about the new formula, but I'm not super stoked about the new Jeffree Star palette. I feel like the consensus is a lot of people aren't very excited about it. I feel like it complements the Alien palette a lot, but they're discontinuing the Alien palette. At least I think I heard that correctly. I've got to go, guys. Have a great day. Have a great day, Audra. Jessica, what's up, girl? All right, so that's going to be it for today's video. I've talked long enough, and I have to go get ready for work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below of your favorite eyeshadow palettes for Valentine's Day. Let me know what you plan on wearing. I still don't know yet. But you guys will see it tomorrow because I'll be live tomorrow to do a Sephora haul. So I'll be back tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Heather will be, she's not going live. She's just posting her video. Hers will go live at 3:00, I believe. That's Heather Austin here on YouTube. If you saw earlier, she was in the chat. So check that out for tomorrow. And I will see you guys then for my Sephora haul. Peace out, bitches. See you tomorrow.